Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today we have the Bigme HiBreak Pro, which is a smartphone, but it is quite a peculiar smartphone because it has an e-ink screen. Now, I do have some qualms with this device and we'll get to them in just a second, but first let's get started with our frequently asked questions. And as you see, the device performs amazing in a lot of areas because it is, again, a smartphone with an e-ink screen, so great battery life. The price, of course, is a little bit higher because it is e-ink, and e-ink is a little bit more on the expensive side. However, I think it's warranted if you're looking for an e-ink device because it is the best performance that I've been able to see so far. Now, that great performance comes with a little bit of a drawback, and that is that it may be too smart. So I'm going to compare first the physical aspects. So very sleek, very nice in the hand. The feel and touch is really good, and it comes with a case. So you can get that soft touch in the back with the case, or you can also do this more premium feeling, even though it is not a glass, it is really nice here in the back. It does come with a really nice camera. We'll get to those samples in just a second. So a 20 megapixel camera. It does have a very large e-ink screen. It's about 6 inches. And, it's just kind of like too large in my opinion. This is one of the drawbacks, but it has USB-C SIM card. It does come with the volume rockers, power button, and also special buttons that you can use in order to get to like quick recordings, or, it is what it is, whatever it is that you want to do with these buttons. You can customize them whichever way you want. Now, let's get to the size as a drawback. So while size can be something that's helpful most of the time, here you have an issue. Here is a Medita Compact, for example. And the Medita Compact, as you see, is quite shorter. So less screen real estate, less capacity to be distracted, especially with the e-ink refresh rate. Similar to the minimal phone. So the minimal phone is about the same size, but this has a full QWERTY keyboard. And then it has, again, a screen that is smaller, a little bit kind of like the same as the Medita Compact right here, the same screen size, but you have this that kind of deters you from scrolling all the way because it's more like top heavy. But then you come to a device like the HiBreak, and now you have the ability to have a fast, very useful screen. And then you have things like, okay, let's go to youtube.com and see how videos look. Let's see. It's not connecting. Oh, there it is. Okay, so I'm just going to search Jose Riones and see what happens, or Light Phone 3. And as you see, it's very fast, and you can get to whatever it is that you need. And here it is. We're watching a full video, very fast refresh rate. Of course, there's no color, but there is a lot of detail. And while these things are good for e-ink, the technology is advancing, it's getting better, it can also lead to distraction. So in my opinion, that could be a problem for a lot of people. Sorry about that. There was a little bit of a, sound coming out of the device, which has a really nice loudspeaker, by the way. I really enjoyed it. But yeah, so here it is. Marquez, talking about the device. Don't agree with his conclusions, but that's fine. He had that video. I actually agree better with Michael Fisher. He had a better video on the iPhone 3. But as you see, it is quite a large screen real estate. And while you don't have the colors, you do have the refresh rate that is extremely fast. And that may be a deterrent for you to purchase this device. This is the worst case scenario to a large degree. The best case scenario for this device is, hey, you want a device that lasts for a long time, that has all of the capabilities of a smartphone, but because of the lack of color, you will be able to look into, like your WhatsApps or 2FA. You will be able to read on Kindle. You have all of these applications that are helpful and beneficial for your lifestyle, depending on what your lifestyle is. And you kind of just allow it to be a little bit more boring, right? So it's not a full smartphone. Here I have my old iPhone, that I still keep for international trips. So here is, okay, you have a smaller device, but full color and, all of these things. And then you have a more boring device, but the screen is larger. It's, more unwieldy to put in your pocket. But hey, no color. Will that be the deterrent that gets you to what your goals are? So I think this device is excellent by all intents and purposes as a smartphone. The camera, which I'm going to be showcasing some samples right now, is also very good, very nice, very easy to use. The form factor, the feel of the device, the weight of the device, everything as a smartphone is good. It's actually very, very positive. However, will that be enough to deter you from using the device and from getting into kind of like these feeds that are infinite? So the reality here is that you can still go to the news, you can still read the latest and greatest, you can still get all of the information. As you see right there, it's extremely fast, and it acts as if it was the refresh rate is so good on this e-ink screen that you do not see any ghosting for the most part. But again, you can go and get the news, you can go and do some of these things that are not as helpful to you on the long term. So you can still scroll, you can still see all of the ads, you can still see all of the things, which is not the purpose of, in my opinion, digital minimalism. I want something simpler. I want something that doesn't attract my attention. And while the Bigme is an excellent device, is an e-ink phone, highly recommend it if you're just looking for an e-ink smartphone. I don't necessarily think that the size of the device and the super fast screen refresh rate may be the best for somebody that's looking for digital minimalism. There are other utilities that come with the device, like music, like calendar, like clock. And again, they work very fast, they work very well, and I highly recommend that you take a look into them because, again, this device has been reviewed around, and I'm just giving my thoughts for the device here. But I personally think this is a no-go for me because the large screen real estate, and I know myself personally, I don't think that will work for me. But if it works for you, I think it's a good option because it comes with some of the modern technologies. It does have the availability worldwide, and then you can use all of the applications and conveniences that you may need in your everyday. If you're looking to detox, if you're looking to kind of create more barrier and friction between your smartphone and you, this could be a good step in the right direction, but I don't think it's the best step. I hope that makes sense. And if you have any questions about this device or any of the other devices that I have reviewed, make sure to put them in the comments below, and I'll be interacting with you guys. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.